Hey fam, it's your girl Aimee J, your personal hype man and friend, here today on this Saturday, I believe, February 22nd, 2020, checking in to see how are you doing, guys? What's going on? It's the weekend. It's an awesome time for you to be enjoying yourself, working on your favorite projects, doing the best for you, basically living your life. And are you doing that? Are you doing that? Because that's you only get one chance. You only get one shot. And when we're doing that, when we're living our life the way it is, we try a lot of things and some things just don't work. And this is the tough thing to say. Sometimes we have to acknowledge not everything is meant for us. Not everything is meant for you. And so we wish everything was meant for us, right? If you have a certain passion, you're like, I love Broadway plays. I want to be on Broadway one day. Sometimes you work hard and you try for it, and you try and try and try. Sometimes we don't get all the things that we want. Just because we want it doesn't mean we'll get it. And it's tough. As someone who's always encouraging people to chase their dreams, it's tough for me to say that, but I have to say it because sometimes we hold on to those things so long, we don't realize we need to pivot and find something even better that may be coming along, but we don't see it because we're still holding on to that one thing. And we got to acknowledge not everything is meant for us. And, there are wins, there are losses, but when we hold on to that life, hold on to that dream, we may be missing out on something even better, right? Like, what if you don't get on Broadway? That doesn't mean you stop it altogether. It doesn't mean you keep performing for Broadway. You got to figure that part out for yourself. But what about regional theater? Have you thought about that? Right? Or what about television or movies? Maybe Broadway wasn't for you, and maybe Broadway just wasn't meant for you right now. Maybe you're meant to go do something else and then come back for that. We don't know. But you can't just focus on one thing and know and think that that's all there is. So, like, for example, if you don't pass a professional entrance exam, say med school, and that doesn't mean that doesn't mean that maybe being a doctor in the medical field isn't for you, but what about if you are a doctor of dentistry? Think about it, right? You got to think maybe that one thing wasn't meant for me. It doesn't mean you're a failure. If something doesn't work out or something you acknowledge isn't meant for you, it does not mean you are a failure. And I want to make sure you guys hear that part. You are not a failure just because something doesn't work, right? That's a very important part that I want you to understand, okay? Because you may have a different calling. Just because something isn't meant for you doesn't mean you're a failure. You may not be good at that thing, doesn't mean you're a failure overall, right? We are human beings. You are a human being with many complicated layers. That's what being a human being is. So you can care about more than one thing at a time, and maybe the one thing you're caring about isn't for you, but hey, maybe those other things is. We gotta figure it out. Because it's not always going to work the way we want it to, and that's okay. What's important, though, and I want to make sure I end on this important note, is you have to be the one to be open to that possibility that it's not meant for you. You have to be open to it. But most importantly, you have to be the one to figure it out for yourself. Don't let other people give you that answer. Don't let other people define that for you. Because there's one thing for you to acknowledge this isn't meant for me and someone else to tell you this isn't meant for you. Don't get that twisted, okay, guys? I want you to be the one for your own reasons to decide if something's not meant for you. Not that coach that you've been working with who's like, this isn't meant for you. You're not meant to do this. That's two different scenarios, and I want to make that clear. Okay, you have to decide for yourself if something is not meant for you, not someone else's outside opinion. So that I want to make sure that part's clear because they may be jealous. They may not see something that's in you. You have to be the one to acknowledge it or decide it. Okay, not someone else. So While I say all that, I want to make sure you guys know you are the one in control of your life. You are the one living that life. You are the one that has to decide what it means. All right? Because remember, you are awesome. You are loved. You are needed. And most importantly, guys, you are enough as you are, just the way you are. All right? So remember that. Never forget that. So until next time, which is tomorrow when we check back in, remember, don't stop. Keep chasing.